So according to reports, the Carolina Panthers are looking to move on from quarterback Teddy Bridgewater due to physical limitations playing a factor, according to Albert Breer. Now, last year when the Carolina Panthers signed Teddy Bridgewater to a 3-year, $63 million deal in free agency, I made a video saying that Teddy Bridgewater most likely was going to be a bridge quarterback. He was just there to fill the void at quarterback until they were able to find their next franchise guy. And of course, a lot of Carolina Panthers fans at that time came at me, said that Teddy Bridgewater was going to be the guy. I didn't know anything about football. I didn't know what I was talking about. And I just wait and see. So here we go. The 2020 season kicks off. And Teddy Bridgewater's first couple of games for the Carolina Panthers went pretty well. I feel like he played pretty solid in his first couple of games. But after that, he didn't really start to play all that well. And I get what they mean by physical limitations, because I really feel like Teddy Bridgewater isn't the same quarterback since he suffered that severe lower body injury when he was playing for the Minnesota Vikings. And you can obviously tell because the way he runs is just really awkward. Like, what game was it? I believe it was the game against the Green Bay Packers, and he tried to dive for the touchdown, and it just looks really awkward. Like, it just looks really awkward when Teddy Bridgewater runs. And it's really sad because Teddy Bridgewater is one of my favorite players in the NFL, and I do want to see Teddy Bridgewater succeed. And when the Carolina Panthers first signed him, I was thinking, okay, maybe Teddy Bridgewater could have some success for a season or two, because I feel like he was the perfect fit for Joe Brady's offense, because Joe Brady's offense isn't dictated towards throwing bombs all game, throwing the ball downfield. It's all about being methodical, moving the chains, and that's what Teddy Bridgewater does. He also doesn't turn the football over all that much. That's what I was thinking when Teddy Bridgewater was going into year one for the Carolina Panthers. Well, this past year he threw 15 touchdowns and 11 interceptions, so he turned the football over. On top of that, he played like Teddy Bridgewater. He is going to take a lot of shots downfield. He played too conservative at times, and his conservative playing style costed the Carolina Panthers a handful of games, because there were moments when Teddy Bridgewater had his chance to prove to the Carolina Panthers that he was indeed the franchise guy to lead this football organization for the next couple of years. And during those fourth quarter drives, he came up short more times than not. So for Teddy Bridgewater, it's not like Teddy Bridgewater never had a chance. Like, the Carolina Panthers gave him a chance. Like, there's people trying to come up with this stigma that just because he's a black quarterback, he didn't get his fair share of chances. Like, that's not true. People need to stop trying to make everything about race. Teddy Bridgewater had pretty much a full season to prove himself to the Carolina Panthers organization that he could indeed be the franchise quarterback, and he didn't do it. I'm sorry, and I love Teddy Bridgewater, but we have to stop making everything about race just because he's a black quarterback and things like that. Like, I'm so tired of people trying to race bait this. Like, this isn't about race. The Carolina Panthers brought Teddy Bridgewater in to be a bridge quarterback. Now, Teddy Bridgewater came in and he played well, and he overexceeded expectations, then I'm pretty sure the Carolina Panthers would have no problem continuing to allow Teddy Bridgewater to be the franchise guy. But obviously the Carolina Panthers feel like Teddy Bridgewater isn't the guy to get them to the Super Bowl, and that's what the NFL is about. It's about winning championships. You want to put the best guys on the field. You want to have the best 53 players on your team that gives you the best chance to compete for a Super Bowl year in and year out. I understand that Teddy Bridgewater's a nice guy, but in the NFL, you're not looking for nice guys. You're looking for guys who can give you a championship. You're not looking for guys who are nice. You're looking for guys who can put a ring on your finger and bring a Lombardi home to your hometown that you can display in your trophy case. I love Teddy Bridgewater. He's one of the best human beings alive. But at the end of the day, people have to understand something. The NFL isn't about being a nice guy. It's about producing on the field. And for Teddy Bridgewater, he didn't produce enough for the Carolina Panthers. And it hurts me to say that because I want to see Teddy Bridgewater have success in the NFL. And to be honest with you, I think Teddy Bridgewater still can have success in the NFL. I feel like him going to the Carolina Panthers, like, it looked like a good fit. But you got to think, that was a pretty young team. The Carolina Panthers have one of the youngest rosters in the NFL. I think Teddy Bridgewater would be a better fit on a team that had more experience than youth, okay? Because I feel like when Teddy Bridgewater was playing with the New Orleans Saints, he had a great offensive line, a great group of wide receivers, and a good defense as well. That's when he was at his best. He went to the Carolina Panthers. Their offensive line wasn't all that great. Yeah, you had a semblance of running game. Yeah, you had good wide receivers, but the Carolina Panthers weren't all that great up front, and their defense, it took the Carolina Panthers a while for that defense to start to come along. The Carolina Panthers defense didn't start to emerge until late in the season. So for Teddy Bridgewater, I mean, he is a guy who can still produce. He can win you some games if he has all the right pieces around him, like he did when he was the backup quarterback for New Orleans. But going to the Carolina Panthers, you knew that, you weren't going to have that great of a team that you would have if you were in New Orleans. Think about this. What if Teddy Bridgewater stayed in New Orleans, and what if he was the guy, instead of Jameis Winston, who was supposed to be Drew Brees' successor when Drew Brees decides to retire? Think about how interesting that would be. So, I mean, I feel bad for Teddy Bridgewater, but I don't feel too bad because he's $33 million richer than me and you watching. So, the Carolina Panthers are looking to move on from Teddy Bridgewater, and they are interested in trading for Deshaun Watson. Now, here's the thing. Carolina Panthers fans feel like they have enough to make a legitimate offer for Deshaun Watson. Now, what I'm going to do is I am going to make a mock Deshaun Watson trade for the Carolina Panthers so you guys can understand how difficult it's going to be to trade for Deshaun Watson and what you're going to have to give up in order to attain Deshaun Watson, because you're just rumored to have Chris McCaffrey included in any trade package for Deshaun Watson. How do you know if the Houston Texans even want Chris McCaffrey? What if the Houston Texans say, no, we don't want Chris McCaffrey. We want Brian Burns, or we want Jeremy Chin, or we want Dante Jackson. What if they want one of your marquee players on defense? Then what? Then that's where the decision is going to be made, because if I'm Houston, I want Brian Burns in any trade for Deshaun Watson. I don't want Chris McCaffrey. I want Brian Burns, because having an elite pass rusher is way more better than having an elite running back. This is a passing league. You have to be able to have pass rushers to stop the pass. So for the Carolina Panthers, it looks like they're trying to go all in for Deshaun Watson, and they were also trying to get Matthew Stafford as well. It was rumored that Teddy Bridgewater was included in the trade package for Matthew Stafford, but the Lions ultimately decided to turn it down. So for Carolina Panthers fans, I know a lot of you guys are going to be happy at the fact that you're moving on from Teddy Bridgewater, but personally, if you're trying to go in for Deshaun Watson, it's going to be really tricky. And there's no way you can get Deshaun Watson by just giving up Chris McCaffrey. What if the Houston Texans don't want Chris McCaffrey? What if they say we want Brian Burns? Then what? Are you okay with giving up Brian Burns or Jeremy Chin for Deshaun Watson? Then the answer for should we trade for Deshaun Watson becomes a little bit more complicated and a little bit more complex there. But Teddy Bridgewater, I unfollowed the Carolina Panthers on Instagram. He put his Instagram page on private. So it's pretty obvious that he may be upset about the situation. Maybe he feels like he deserves more chances than what he's getting right now in Carolina. But at the end of the day, the NFL is all about, opportunity. I remember I had several coaches when I was playing Pop Warner, middle school and high school, that used to tell me, hey, when you get your chance to step up, you have to take advantage of the moment, because you may not ever get that opportunity again. Teddy Bridgewater had a whole season to prove to the Carolina Panthers that he had what it takes to be a franchise quarterback, and he didn't really live up to the expectations, or he wasn't able to fulfill the expectations that were set in place for him. So he had his moment, he didn't live up, and now the Carolina Panthers are looking to get rid of him. It's a sad story. You may be able to say that maybe he deserved a couple of more opportunities, maybe one more chance, but hey, it is what it is. This is a business. If you don't produce the results that people want you to produce, then they get rid of you. That's the NFL for you. That's life. So let me know what you guys think about this down in the comment section down below. Make sure that you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel for more NFL videos and content, and thanks for watching.